Greetings and thanks. I'm John Conley. You need help planning your website? I can help. I have over 25 years experience delivering web solutions for small and very large global clients. I help bridge the gap between business owners and web developers. The importance of knowing your business processes before hiring a web developer is essential. Documenting the steps you take to engage your customers, suppliers, employees, investors, lenders, and government agencies are important. This means you have to properly plan every step of the way from where you are now to where you want to be. You have to answer questions like, how do I reach out to the public to convince them to become paying customers? How do I want my customers to learn more about my business? How can customers read about my products or services before buying? How can I convince customers to make the buying decision? How can I make it convenient for customers to pay for my products and services? How easy is it for my customers to understand my refund policy and naturally request a refund? How can I work with my suppliers to make it easy to buy their products and services I need for my business? How easy is it to resolve my customers' refunds when I need to get reimbursed from suppliers? Do my vendors make it easy for me to get such refunds? How will my business continue if a disaster happens or if a supplier I rely on goes out of business? How do I get the necessary licenses for my business from the local government agency if required? How do I pay my business sales and income taxes online? If I have employees, how do I manage my workers' HR and payroll needs? How do I make it easy for workers to perform their tasks easily? How do I keep investors and lenders informed about the performance of my business? Pause the video here and take time to really reflect on these questions. If you're watching this video as part of an online webinar, message the instructor any questions you may have, and they'll be answered as time permits at the end of the webinar. These questions are at the core of your business plan and, more importantly, your business processes. If you can answer all of them before hiring a web developer, then great. But if not, the more you can answer, the easier it will be to express your website requirements to your web developer. In my experience, when small business owners fail to address any of these questions before contacting me or other web developers, the likelihood of frustration and failure increases dramatically. The result is that you won't like the website and thus waste your money. All of these questions have a solution that can be automated for your website. Computer animation greatly increases the chances your small business will be both competitive and successful. So you may have to invest a lot more time up front to figure out the answers, but your website investment will pay off significantly. And your customers, employees, and other stakeholders will also enjoy working with you to fulfill your dream. I guarantee it. Having said all of that, it's also good to understand two other website design roles besides the web developer. Number one, the requirements gatherer, and number two, the technical designer. These roles will come in handy as you grow your business and don't have time to discuss your requirements with the web developer directly. The requirements gatherer. This role is also known as a business analyst. They make sure your business vision and plan can be translated into something that a web developer can do for your website. They are usually not very technical, but have a good understanding of turning your vision into concrete business processes. And remember that every business website automates your company's business processes. Technical designer. This role is also known as a product designer or solution architect. They coach web developers to better understand the website features that the requirements gatherer documented on your behalf. There are times when, after your requirements are gathered, the web developer may miss some important features not identified as part of requirements gathering. This is actually pretty normal. A technical designer is skilled at identifying gaps in requirements and designing the right solutions to cover most feature requirements before the web developer does their part. As the project evolves, the technical designer will discover other gaps until your website is ready to be available to the public. For the smallest businesses and entrepreneurs, this role is not needed, especially if you find an experienced web developer. But as you get bigger, this role becomes more important. Pause the video here and answer the following questions. Number 1, what is a requirements gatherer? Number 2, what is a technical designer? Now let's explore a couple of scenarios to highlight why answering the business planning questions from the beginning of this video is essential to success. The first scenario is the owner of a hair care business who needs a website. The second is an auto mechanic business. Hair care website. Sarah is a hairstylist with a growing clientele. She wants to create a website that lets her clients book appointments. She wants them to be able to view her current calendar and select an available time slot. She sees a Wix website template she likes and starts a website, but does not have time to finish it due to her very busy schedule. She hires a web developer named Mark for $99 to finish the site. She gives him her website login ID and password. Mark finishes the calendar-based website as well as the pages for About Us, Contact Us, and Services. Mark takes a few pictures and videos of Sarah's hair salon and adds them to the site as well. Sounds like a good deal, right? Not so fast. Sarah forgot to tell Mark that she wants her clients to select a service first before making an appointment because some services take longer than others. She also wants to manage the prices for services and hair products to provide clients a total estimated cost of the booked appointment. Mark is a little hesitant because that's not what Sarah initially hired him to do. I'd love to help with that, Sarah, but that will cost extra as it takes time to link your services to the time slots on your appointment calendar. Also, maintaining and pricing your hair products and services requires some kind of online database to store that information, and I'm not skilled at that. Pause the video here. What should Sarah do now? 1. Buy a technical book and finish the website herself. 2. Seek a refund even if a lawsuit is needed. 3. Find another more qualified web developer. 4. Consult with a website planning coach to better articulate her ideas before hiring the next developer. 5. All of the above. What would you do differently to help Mark develop the website you want? If you're watching this video as part of a webinar, the instructor may ask you to explain your answer. Auto mechanic website. Jimmy is a licensed automotive technician with a business that is growing because his quality work has led to many referrals. Like Sarah, he also wants a website that allows customers to schedule appointments online. He wants a page that lists all the car services he offers. He also wants another page that shows special promotional deals. He asks friends and families if they know anybody who can build websites. A web developer named Linda was referred to him. She built the site as he asked for an agreed $200 and even added records in a database for the services he offered. She also added a page for promotional specials and his calendar appointments. He tried the new site out and it seemed to work just fine. He paid her and the next day he notified his customers they can begin using the website for booking appointments. The next day, however, he began to receive emails and phone calls from customers complaining about the website. Some kept getting the dreaded 404 web page errors they didn't understand. Others could not tell if their scheduled appointments were confirmed or not. Still others said that when they tried to select a service on the services page, nothing happened. The page just flickered but did nothing. Jimmy contacted Linda about the problems. She assured him she could fix the errors and would let him know when she was done. One day after another passed and still no fixes and no update on the progress. Meanwhile, customer complaints increased. 3 days later, Linda finally informs Jimmy that she fixed most of the problems, but one of the problems was related to the kind of database connection he had with his web hosting provider that was beyond her control. In order for her to research and fix that one problem, he would have to pay an additional $100. He's not happy about that, and does not have enough technical knowledge to know why his hosting provider did not have the right database settings he needed. Pause the video here. What should Jimmy do now? 1. Pay the extra $100 and hope that fixes the problem. 2. Seek a refund even if a lawsuit is needed. 3. Request help from his hosting provider directly. 4. Consult with a website planning coach to better articulate his ideas before hiring the next developer. Or 5. All of the above. What would you do differently to help the web developer help you? If you're watching this video as part of a webinar, the instructor may ask you to explain your answer. Finally, let's do an exercise before we wrap up this video. What do you want your website to do for your business? Pause the video. Write down 2 or 3 short sentences describing what you want your website to do for your business. If you're watching this video as part of a webinar, the instructor may call on you to read your responses out loud. Now resume the video. If you are not able to come up with at least one sentence of what you want your website to do for your customers, then chances are you will end up paying far more for your website than you planned. That brings us to the end of the video. I humbly thank you. I'd like to invite you to contact me if you think you need more specialized help to get your website up and running. I'm offering you a 40% discount just for watching this video. You can reach me at samsonasoftware.com or johnc@samsona.com. Use promo code WEB40, that's WEB40. If you're watching this video as part of a webinar and kept track of your questions, now is the time to ask them, and the instructor will be more than happy to answer. Thank you.